Hello everybody, Realm Builder Guy here, and welcome back to the channel, and some more Crusader Kings 3 Kingdom of Kush action. Of course, the last episode was a little bit different, because it included the quote-unquote lost episode recap, which cost me an episode, and unfortunately you as well, just because there's only so much I can do. I appreciate all the support, all the comments, all the views, and all the likes, and if you're so inclined, don't forget to hit the like button on this video as well. I'm really enjoying this series. It's a lot of fun, and I feel like we're making some very good progress. I also want to thank those in the comments that have suggested some stuff for the future to possibly do. I do have an idea for a new series and for Crusader Kings 3, and specifically maybe a new way of doing it, at least for me, and we'll kind of see how that one goes. But that's still a ways away. Right now I'm just focusing on the Kingdom of Kush, as well as a few guides and review stuff that I'm kind of tinkering with. And probably once this series is done, I'm going to take a little break from Let's Play, because it's quite the grind. And when you are full-time employed, even if it's self-employed, plus family, 3 kids, yeah, time is a thing that is very near and dear to your heart. So anyway, enough of that. The situation at hand here right now is, of course, one where we are facing off. So we've got this conquest war that we are waging, of course, against the Abyssinians, whilst at the same time dealing with Nubian Coptic uprising. I feel pretty confident that we can take care of both. It's just a matter of actually doing it. So here I think what we're going to do is we're going to redirect this army down this way, because they're moving down here. So we'll just swing those guys around. It's going to be imperative that we crush some of these armies, and then we'll be able to take their territory. There, our allies are doing the job right there. Outliving a child. Oh, wow, it. How could you do this to Ur? If I have sinned, why did you not punish me instead? She was blameless, my perfect daughter. Life had so much more in store for her. She did not deserve this. 72 stress. That is a critical one. We are overwhelmed by stress, and that's not good. All right, we need to find a new chancellor now. And we could put Count Mansour in there. Or Count Ede. I think we'll put Count Ede in there. Till death do us part. Husband, as you drew your last breath, relief washed over me. Perhaps I should be ashamed, but in truth there was no love lost between us. Finally, I'm free to start my life anew. And we lose 24 stress. That's pretty rough. I'm not gonna lie. All right, a lot going on here. Enemies have left the war, which is good. Now let's move them over here and try to take on that army. Can we somehow head them off? No, unlikely. Trying to, at least. Now, we're moving there. They're moving in. We are still looking like we're going to win this one. They're defending over a river crossing, but we have enough bonuses that we should be able to do well. Wounded. My injured consort. My consort Abdallah has been wounded, and the injury runs deep. I fear that his body is not strong enough to fight this on its own. I feel death lingering by his bedside. There's nothing more that can be done. Alright, let's take a look at this key and important battle. The Siege of El Fasher has been lost. I'm not overly concerned with that. This is a major battle here against one of their larger forces, which we should do. My injured consort has been wounded, and the injury runs very deep. Okay, a miracle can only save him. I'll have to keep an eye on that. In the meantime, we're going to win this battle, and that is very, very good. All right, let's take a look here. Where are we? Okay, we're dealing with that over there, but our allies are heading out that way. I feel pretty confident we can get a grips on that one. I think that army there is the key one to try to take care of. If we can track them down, And move in there. There we go. We've got them now. They're defending a river crossing. We have more soldiers and more men-at-arms. Question is, will we get there in time? My consort has been wounded. Okay. There's nothing more that can be done. He gained the brutally mauled and gained an infected wound. That is harsh. But here's a big battle now against the Kingdom of Abyssinia that we will win relatively decisively. And there you go. That's another good victory for us. Time to hit the pause button again. And where is this siege right now? 6 months still to go on this siege. I feel like heading here to their capital next could be the right way to do it. But then we'll have most of this area. How are we looking over here? Okay, our allies are going to take care of those rebels relatively soon. We could move up north here to the county of Sai and take that. Or we can move down here. Kind of like that force as a bit of a, you know, breaking the enemy type. We'll move in here and just kind of shadow them for now. We're at 69% war score. This siege will be big. This siege will be very, very important. Right now, we are not married. What kind of spouse could we find? A lot of claims. It's matrilineal. Chieftain of Sinar. He is 31. How old are we now? We're 51. He's actually pretty good. And let's see, are those claims pressed? Implicit and pressed. You know what? Let's do this in a matrilineal marriage. Just in case. Just in case. All right. Alliance has been formed very nicely. Not overly concerned about that. That ticking war score is in our favor. So I guess we could move them down here. I mean, siege is going to take a while to get that back, but I'm not overly concerned. So here they have won. They have won that battle. Oh, we have 100% war score here. We will enforce those demands. And we've got a new learning lifestyle perk. Radiant. Level of devotion, impact plus 100%. Fantastic. We will do that. Finish that one up. And now we can just focus on this war here. This siege will be done in less than 2 months. And we've got some enemy forces down there amassing. War declared. Your wicked deeds have gone unpunished far too long. Nubia is declaring war against us. All right. Okay. So now we can ransom someone. We will ransom her. We will call our allies to war to defend that against the Nubians. Definitely going to do that. And we also need to take a consort who doesn't hate us. Well, that's hard. So we're not going to worry about that right now. I do want to end that war down there as fast as possible. Enemy has joined that war. And I just, you know, I ransomed them because I also needed said one. What the heck just happened? Why did we lose so much war score? New war target, Negos Hakim. Oh, it's a new opponent. Because it's right in front of me and I didn't read that. Nothing in this world is certain, especially in times of war. The Kush conquest of Duchy Gojam has been no different. As this conflict is no longer a war against Saga of Lasat, but Negos Hakim of Abyssinia instead, it might be wise to reevaluate the situation. This is no longer the best course of action, or my goal is still the same. Where are we sitting now? It's still the same. I still want that one. They are the inferior force, but of course we are dealing with the Nubians now at the same time. We're going to win that war here pretty... or at least that siege, which we did. Okay, where are the Nubians now? Where are they amassing? Trying to see. We could head up to the capital, but that would be very difficult. Okay, where are we going to send this force now? I think we can send this force straight now into the capital. We'll send them in there to besiege the Nubian capital. We have a new ally. We've got a few allies. Let's see. Here we go. For that war. Bring in all of our allies. We still have a hook. Her. I gotta invite her to court. Nah, there's really not much there. Could ransom her for 50 gold. We'll do that. So we're going to send this besieging force now up here to the capital of Abyssinia. And these guys are less than a month away from that siege being won. So both of those will be critical for us. And they are swarming here like a swarm of locusts. There's an army, 958. They are turning away. How long will this siege take? 9 months. Oof. Trusting me. Book has been asking me for a stick horse for a long time, and I told her I would get one for her in 3 months. She displayed more focus in her studies. Ever since I made the promise, she has been redoubling her efforts. Well, of course. I would never deceive her. Okay, those guys are going to move up north here, so we won that siege. And there come some larger forces from the Nubians to the south. All right, so we're going to send these guys who don't have a commander. So, Count Ede, I'm going to put you in charge of this. I'm going to send you up north here. Hopefully our allies will join. And these guys are just going to have to keep on trucking. This is going to take a long time, this siege. In the meantime, though, well-organized levy. Very nice. Yeah, the hook has expired. That really didn't help us much. The frustrating thing here is we were really close to winning this war before there was a change in leadership. I still feel pretty confident we'll win that one. But these two forces here have me worried, and it's very close to our capital. So I think here I'm gonna send them over this way. And just kind of sit there and hope that we have some allies that will join. Trusting me again, Costilla, stick horse, same thing. We'll do that. I really wish these guys, I mean, they're going to go engage in this battle against Abyssinia, that they would turn to the north. They shouldn't be part of this war, though. They should be part of the other one. So the populist uprising is actually helping us in the war against Nubia. So we lost our first siege up north. And that's a large force. That's a very large force. Okay, what can we do here? Let's move these guys out of the way a little bit. Yeah, that's a sizable army. If we can somehow split them, we won another siege. And this Dongola is under siege. Our capital is under siege, and that's a huge problem. The timing of some of these wars is really, really frustrating. Alright, now we're going to have to try to siege this one down. We were so close to winning the war against 18 months. Oh, jeez. I mean, their fort levels are impressive, to say the least. Can we go in here and get a battle against them decisively? Anything? Be good if we could. They're defending in hills. It's not exactly to our favor, but we do have overwhelming forces. Negos Hakim of Abyssinia, so the king of Abyssinia is the one leading this army. So a victory here, and if we capture him, that'll end that war. What is the outcome? No, 92%. Well, I think the ticking war score could get us there. Let's send that army down here to kind of take care of that. And maybe take care of those guys. Are they part of that? They are, it looks like. Those are their allies. They're engaged in that battle, and we're gonna come in, and so are some of our allies. Maybe that'll take care of it. Oh, shit. Oh, I think that's the first time I have sworn on camera. King Eurius took hostage after the siege. Oh, so we're minus 100% war score against Nubians. And I, the queen, have been imprisoned. That's not good. That's not good at all. I think that's the first time I've sworn on camera. There we go, but we've won the war against Abyssinia, but we are going to lose the war against Nubia, and they want all of that territory back. All of it. And that'll do it. I mean, we won't have any choice here. At all. Let's send this army north. They're gonna enforce the peace before we can do anything about it. And that will result in a huge territorial loss. And that is a big problem. If they enforce it. Now, if we can combine our forces and our allies come... Nope, there we go. There it is. The defeat. So be it. We can disband all. This is frustrating now. Look how much we just lost to Nubia. That's really, really annoying. Our capital is back here. Decisions, have we lost? Yes, we've lost that decision for creating the empire of Kush. But we can change. We can move our capital back here into what is East Africa. Ugh, that's so frustrating. What do we have? Do we have any holdings here that are ours? I don't think we do. That's the problem. None of these holdings are ours, I believe. No. None of it. So we can't even move our capital to what is East Africa that will give us that decision again. That is really, really, really bad. So we need to change our steward here. Chiefess Mariam. We'll assign her. She likes us now. He is organizing levies. Now we're going to train commanders for that. That was a huge, huge loss here. I mean, the way this played out, if you think about it, had the change in leadership in Abyssinia not happened, we would have pieced out of that war and won it much, much sooner. Which meant we could have turned our attention north in the war against Nubia. But as it is, that's not the case. Okay, we can ransom him off. Kithuf II needs a guardian. And for stewardship, we really don't have anybody, but our son will do it for now. Take a consort. Nobody likes us, so we're... Fine. You know what? Fine. We'll take him. You can be our consort. Doesn't like us. So be it. We have still a few things we can create. We've got low county control in El Fasher. So we do need to take care of that post-haste. By doing that, we will go here. County control, El Fasher, increase that. We also need a new physician. So needless to say, that all could have gone significantly better. But unfortunately, it did not. Timing of some of this stuff is really problematic. So, here, she is a renowned physician. He is not. So, Irina, we will hire you as our court physician. So now we got to look and see what we can do. Obviously, we are at peace now. with Damot and Abyssinia. So there's nothing really we can do with Abyssinia. Now we could declare war on Nubia. Let's see, what's the ransom to pay there? 100. Yes. We will buy her husband out of prison. It's worth 100 to me. And let's see, what could he do? Court politics. Yes, you will support our court politics. That's a big blow to our plans heading north. The Nubians are exceptionally powerful. And they have a truce with us. They have one ally. These guys are going to win a war here soon. Their allies are powerful. Jerusalem is their ally. That's the issue. We could ransom. Yes, we will do that. Hereby invite you to feast at my court. No, because I'm reclusive and I'm trying to, really regroup after what just happened. That was a frustrating, and I would say could have been avoided setback if things would have played out a little bit differently. But needless to say, I believe our main goal will have to be to gobble up Abyssinia as fast as possible. And here we go. Count Ede has worked hard to convince our neighboring realms and vassals that peace treaty I entered with Hakim of Abyssinia is flawed. Incredible work. Okay, so here's the new goal. Now, obviously, we want to recapture our old strongholds again. I mean, this is going to be an ongoing thing. But Abyssinia, they are the most wounded. They are the ones we could go after most assuredly. Now, the problem we have there, of course, is we are lacking in prestige. Now, we're doing well in piety. Where do we actually sit there in reforming the faith? We are, missing 186. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go on a pilgrimage. Prepare for the journey, and we are going to go to Sovan. We can afford it. We're going to go to the more important site, and we shall depart on our pilgrimage. Lost. Could have sworn that this was supposed to be the path onwards. None of my companions or I have managed to find our way back to the pilgrimage route. Are we even looking at the right stars at night? It feels as if we have been wasting weeks. We must find a guide, no matter the cost. I swear it's just a little farther. No, we're going to pay the 50 gold for a guide because a queen wandering through the desert aimlessly, probably not a good idea. The arrival. I am finally here, body and soul, at the great temple of Sovan. As the high priest offers me blessings, I reflect on everything that had to happen for the gods to bring me here at this moment in time. I have walked the holy path. So we gain 375 piety, gain the trait pilgrim. Because your faith has the ancestor worship tenet, you gain in the footsteps of my forebears for 10 years. So pilgrim gives us monthly piety gain plus 10%, same faith opinion plus 5. The forebears gives us close family opinion plus 10. We have gained the trait Pilgrim. And the key thing is now, of course, we can reform the faith. We'll go here. We can reform the faith. Your realm does not contain at least 3 holy sites. Oh, that's right. We can't do that now because we just lost the war to Nubia. For the damn holy sites. Oh, no. Oh. Well, that's annoying. That is very annoying indeed. So, what can we do? So, we've got claims here. Wadi El Milk. We could conquer a duchy. Not really. We can push someone else's claims, and no, we cannot. We just don't have enough. County of Asharo, we could claim. Of course, our claims. County Awap, Dongola, or Wadi El Milk. And they are just too powerful. Ah, see, we had the holy sites. Now we have the piety, but not the holy sites. Before we were just missing out on the piety. So close. I think calling this episode So Close is probably an apt description. Let's take a look at those holy sites again. So we've got 1, 2. That's the third one we're missing. And that one up there, and in Aswan as well. And Aswan, I think Sovan. Problem is, I don't know if we can head through Nubia to try to capture that. Yeah, because Nakis we definitely can't. I mean, Wadi El Milk would be the much closer and the better one. We only need the one. What about these guys? They are currently losing a war to the chiefdom, to the caliphate here. Interesting. To the caliphal claim on Kahire. Al-Said. Declare war against them. They are much weaker than us. We can't do a duchy. Could we do a county? We could. We could declare a war and send everybody through Nubia. The attrition could be pretty bad. Could be really bad. But that could be the way we need to go. But we're still currently on pilgrimage, so we need to wait to come back. A neighbor has won a war, so we need to wait for our queen to come back from pilgrimage. Here she is. It is good to be home. The pilgrimage has ended. And now we need to figure out the next steps, because taking on the Nubians, that's a bit suicidal right now. I don't think that that's a smart choice. They are, simply put, too powerful. They have, I mean, they themselves have 6,500. And we just don't have the ability to weaken them enough. Now, these guys, the problem is their alliance with Jerusalem. That's the big problem there. The Abyssinians are the ones that we could definitely take on, and I would say conquer and defeat. If we look at our own military right now, prestige gain is okay. We can add bowmen. So this will cost us 110 prestige. So we can't even do that, because then we can't declare a war anymore against anybody. Oh, this is a very tense situation. I'd like to know what we can do with Al-Said. Let me know in the comments what you think. What direction we should go, because this is a big decision. I'm tempted to go for this, but I know, judging by the comments, people hate it when I willingly sacrifice troops to attrition. And that, needless to say, will be a problematic situation, to say the least. Or we just go after Abyssinia and forget about reforming the faith at this time. My concern is, of course, we lose Queen Kimzir, and this is one of our best shots to reform the faith. The reason why I want to reform the faith as an organized faith, don't want to do anything else to it, just as an organized faith, is then we can go feudal, which gives us way more options for cultural development, as well as county development and income. So let me know your thoughts in the comments, along with hitting that like button. Till next time, I'm Realm Builder Guy, and I will talk to you soon.